Part D of our Strict Chin-Up Pullover class is all about strength exercises. So we talked about how the Strict Chin-Up Pullover is definitely strength dominated, how strong you are in each of these individual movements, like a pull-up, like a sit-up, lifting your legs is really going to determine how easy or hard this movement is. And in the beginning, we discussed how it's important to train and master the pullover because it's a great strength gauge for higher level gymnasts. Plus, those more beginner gymnasts are going to be competing it in various levels of gymnastics. So we're going to go over 3 different strength exercises you can use in addition to practicing your pullover to help you build the strength you need to do this movement and just to improve all of your gymnastic skills in general, right? Because all of these skills and exercises always come full circle and really influence everything else that we do within the gym. So we're going to be focusing on our pullers, our biceps, our lats, our upper body. We're going to be focusing on our hip flexors, which are responsible for lifting our legs from fully extended down to the floor to that horizontal position in the pull-up. Then we're going to focus on the core and our trunk and our midline, which is responsible for, after we lift our legs to horizontal, actually allowing ourselves to rotate up and over the top of the bar. So we've got our upper body, we've got our hip flexors, we've got our core, and we're going to cover them with these 3 exercises. Movement number 1 is strict box pull-ups. So if you can't quite do the full strict pull-up by yourself, this is my favorite modification to use. So we're going to rest our legs, our heels on a box, okay, which kind of takes some of our body weight out of the equation, making our pull-up easier because you're not having to lift and pull your whole body weight, right? Some of your body, your legs, are supported by the box, so you can practice these full strict pull-ups, right, a little bit easier so that you can go through the full range of motion and really start to develop the lat, the bicep, the upper body strength needed to do the very first part of your strict pullover. So box pullovers. My rep count I recommend for these is to work towards being able to do a set of 10 strict, really great, perfect box strict pull-ups, because that shows you've developed enough strength to be able to safely train the full strict chin-up pullover. And that's the whole goal here. I want you to be as safe as possible. So we've got to first develop this pulling strength because it's step 1 in the skill that we're trying to do. So work towards 10 strict box pull-ups. The second strength exercise we're going to cover is box alternating leg lifts. So we're going to keep the same box just right here in front of us, get into that same starting position, and bring our ankles to the bar to really target and light up our hip flexors. Okay, so every time we're lifting our leg to the bar, we're using this muscle right here. Okay, your hip flexors should feel it after a few reps. You're like, oh, this is a lot harder than I thought. I thought it was going to be way easier. Well, that's good. That means we're using the right muscle, and you want to continue doing as many leg lifts as you can to really challenge that muscle and help it grow and help it get stronger. Plus, another little caveat of doing this drill is the longer and the more leg lifts that you can do from your box, the more your grip and your forearms are going to light up and be on fire and really start to burn. So yeah, we're strengthening our hip flexors, but you're also getting some really great and necessary grip and forearm work in there as well. It's hidden, okay? It's not really hidden though, you'll feel it. All right, our third and final strength exercise is a candlestick lever. So this one is pretty challenging, but it is so good because it requires you to really engage and keep tight your entire body, all right? It takes some practice, some getting used to, and some time to work towards a really strong candlestick lever. So be patient with yourself. Give yourself some time to practice and build the strength you need to do it. So what we're gonna do is use a post, use some sort of stability that you can grab onto. Our arms are gonna be bent. We're gonna lay down on our back, and then we're just going to lift up into a candlestick position, and then as slowly as possible lower, keeping our body straight, okay? Here's what it looks like. So what you saw me doing was squeezing my booty so hard that my body stayed in this really rigid straight line as I lowered towards the ground. It is really going to challenge how well and how strong your core is and how tight you can keep that hollowed position as you lower. When you get tired, for sure, you're going to want to do this. And just drop your booty to the ground, because it's hard, I'm not gonna lie to you, but don't allow yourself to do that. The goal here is to build strength. And if you wanna build the correct strength that we need in the right muscle groups, you've gotta do this exercise properly. So go slow, squeeze your booty, try to keep your core as tight as possible and your body position as straight as possible as you lower towards the ground. Now for our box alternating leg lifts, the goal to work towards is being able to do 20 reps in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. While our candlestick levers, the goal is to be able to do 5 candlestick levers, that's it, but really going slow on that negative, holding 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then coming gently down onto the floor. Being able to do 10 strict box pull-ups, 20 box alternating leg lifts, and 5 reps of 5-second candlestick levers will definitely show you that you have the strength to do the full pullover. So continue to work these strength builders, continue to work all of the technique progressions that we talked about with our low bar pullover, and together you're gonna be able to, after a few weeks, months, however much time of practice you need, be able to put together a full, really successful strict chin-up pullover that you're gonna be so happy with, because it's gonna make so many other gymnastic skills that much easier. And you're gonna have so much more confidence because you've put in the work to build strength and to build your awareness in this foundational skill that's just gonna make everything in here so much more fun as you're learning. So make sure you do not skip over the strength portion of this movement. It is so important, even though this isn't the most fun thing to do, not the most fun thing to practice. Not many people like to condition. It is important. So make yourself do it, and you will thank yourself for it down the road, I promise.